civil rights for all people in a real estate transaction. The Fair Housing Act is a federal law. In Washington state, we have anti-discrimination laws called the Washington Law Against Discrimination. In your city and county, laws are created to help make real property available to all people regardless of their protected class. As a real estate broker, you are bound by the laws, and you need to make sure that you make housing available for everyone. Treat all others in our industry, whether they are buyers or sellers, whether they are landlords or tenants, whether they are staff in the office or a prospect, in a fair and equitable way. It has been over 150 years since the federal government wrote and enforced laws to prevent housing discrimination. Yet even today, there are people that experience discrimination. Over the years, protected classes have been better defined and given more people protection from discrimination. Real estate license law requires that all real estate licensees adhere to fair housing and anti-discrimination laws. Real estate agents have made decisions to violate these laws, and often it can be to give their buyer or seller an advantage because of an uneducated opinion rendered about a client, or a belief that one buyer or a tenant would be better than another one for the seller, the property, or the neighborhood. The prospects and clients that real estate agents choose to represent have their own personal biases. If the real estate agent knows that decisions regarding any transaction may be swayed because of discrimination from the client, the agent cannot participate in that transaction. The discrimination laws in Washington state include all real property transactions, not just homes, but all property, property management, business opportunities, and commercial. Our responsibility as real estate brokers is to open the door to any buyer or tenant and give people the right to buy, sell, and rent to anyone without that decision factor based on that person's background. This class is designed to give you an overview of these laws and how we must work within them. I am the author of this class. I wrote it based on the outline and the information given to the schools by the Department of Licensing under a new law that was passed by the state last year. Thank you very much for choosing to take my class. It is my attempt to try to look for understanding about discrimination and how it, along with implicit bias, affects our decisions. Discrimination is prevalent in our state, but in most cases it's not out in the open. It's behind closed doors when negotiating an offer or a discussion about those people or sellers. In some cases, licensees don't even realize that their conduct might be a violation of the laws. My hope is that you'll have a better understanding of these laws and help make housing more available to people that have been discriminated against in the past. To the best of my ability, I tried not to offend anyone and use some of my own examples and stories. I do love French people, Seattleites, and blondes. If you feel that I might have offended you, know that it's not my intent. Thanks so much for choosing this class, and I hope you'll go check out all the other dozens of classes that I've written. Thanks.